All right, time now for In Your Faith. It's a weekly segment where we consult members of the religious community about hot-button issues to see how everyone weighs in.
Yes, and you know, of course, everybody is watching the Olympics over in Beijing, and we know usually when they were talking the Olympics, usually there comes up a case where there is a case of doping, steroid use. I think we've already had one case.
We had one case where a woman from Spain who is a cyclist got busted. She was supposed to ride yesterday. Maria, what's her name? Maria Moreno.
Okay.
27 years old, so she already got busted.
Well, hopefully we don't have more cases like that, but it does come up. And the question is, when they do, should we forgive the athletes? And I guess it depends on when they come clean. Well, joining us now is Debbie Ballard from mypersonalcanner.com. I like that website name.
Thank you.
And also the Reverend Richard Dunn from the Cathedral of Hope. So what about this question? When the athletes come out and say, fess up right away, are we more likely to forgive them?
I personally think that it's at that moment that it's most authentic. Okay, if we go to deny, deny, deny until our backs are up against a wall, if it's not authentic, we're not buying it.
You feel the same way?
Pretty much. I believe it shows more sincerity.
Yeah. Well, there was a study done at Indiana University that studied this and said when athletes, you know, say, I'm sorry, it makes all the difference in the world. And if they wait, people are less likely to forgive them. But should we forgive no matter when they say they're sorry? That's the question.
Well, I mean, biblically speaking, you have to forgive. Now, in terms of the consequences that go along with the transgression, that's another issue.
You know what's interesting? It almost seems as though what we're saying is that we're not as worried about the cheating part of it. We're more worried about the lying part of it. So which is worse?
Well, I think we're all entitled to make mistakes, whether it's in athletes or our politicians today.
Or religion.
Or religion, absolutely. But, you know,
granted, with the lie,
they may be bad transgressions, but we all have to go back and toe the line. I'm more apt to forgive. Again, if you're confronting it up front and telling it like it is, and then you have to change.
So this Maria Moreno, she needs to just come up lickety-split and say, I'm sorry.
No question about
it. All right. 4 years ago, I think it was 26 athletes were busted for performance-enhancing drugs. They only tested 1,000 athletes at random that Olympics. This time, they're going to test 4,500. So the number is expected to be around 40 athletes that were going to get busted.
Hey, you brought up the politician aspect, and of course we see John Edwards and of course the headlines that he's making. And our commentator Jim DeFeedy made the point that he thinks because this admission came 2 years after the fact that maybe Edwards is done politically. Do you think America will forgive John Edwards? And if you were counseling him as a parishioner, put you on the spot.
Her face says it all.
No.
Why?
If you sin, if you err, whatever you do, and you come forward with it, okay, fine, I'll forgive you. But you've involved me now, and you've involved America and getting our votes, and we had the most ultimate faith in him, and you're asking me to support you, and then you go and you say what you did 2 years later. And
So Reverend Dunn, it seems like if you had to help him out of that situation, she wouldn't be mine.
Well, basically, the first thing in which I heard him indicate is to try to stabilize his family, and that's first and foremost. Politics is an option.
Right, and it's the secondary issue at this point.
Absolutely.
All right. He should have thought of that from the beginning then. All right.
Thank you guys
so much for your time
this morning. Tough crowd.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, I remember the scripture, blessed are they that are merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So I always try to keep that in there.
Okay. You want to let her know that?
I do remember that.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Let's